And probably going to get knocked out of this one at break even already. Yep, that just seems to keep happening, right? Just my luck. My practice trade is into profit. I don't take profit, and then I get knocked out at break even. So no loss, no win on this one. That's fine. We're going to be looking for trades today on stream. On stream, we are now 21-4. With the callouts, really, really lucky, really successful. Let's go ahead and take a look at that chart. Go over to cam run right now. You can see I just got knocked out just at break even right here on my Nasdaq, my practice trade, just to get warm, get loose. I'm at 9 wins in a row on stream. An absolutely incredible run. I'm not saying that this is possible. That is very atypical of trading. I always start the streams by saying what? I always start the streams by saying that this is not financial advice. There are no guarantees, no promises, and no embellishment whatsoever. I am simply trading. You are watching me trade. I win, I lose based on what happens in front of me in the markets. Luckily, I've been able to win 9 straight with some decent risk-reward ratios as well. So I don't want you to think I'm just trading bad risk-reward ratios. I've done very well on this trading account, and I'm going to be looking for some trades today. It's 9:30. Let's go ahead and take a look at some awesome stuff here. I want to start by jumping into Instagram. I think I'm going to show this a couple of times here. In my gold VIP room, we've had a lot of success lately. I got a message from this guy just this morning showing me that he passed his FTMO challenge with the gold VIP signals. So shout out to him. Using the education in that gold VIP room has helped him get to where he wants to go in his trading journey, and that's awesome to see. Let me go ahead to my profile here, and let's jump into my story this morning. 21-4. Look at ChatGPT. Pretty awesome, pretty cool, right? Did a little car wash yesterday. Very nice. Gotta love that car wash. Getting the Porsche nice and clean. Yeah, my streak's not gonna last forever. Look, first win in his prop firm, and this is great here. Chuck Index has been reviewing the VIP signal service, and Chuck is saying that this is potentially the best signal service that he's ever reviewed. So he likes the education in the VIP room. We are kicking ass in there, and here's our stream. We are live right now, obviously. It's game time. Make sure that you're following me on Instagram for those updates. Make sure that you are following me on Twitter. I'm going to be doing much more long-form education on Twitter as well. Hi, Kim Joe. What happened to my videos? Why don't I show you what happened to my videos right here? So I have 10 videos left. There's been a bit of a crackdown on finfluencers in general. Luckily, I've won the last 2 appeals, but I decided to kind of delete over 90% of my videos because, you know, of these channel violations. Moving forward, there's no promises. I'm adding disclaimers. There's no guarantees. I'm changing how I'm doing content. Now, I understand that most of the American finfluencers are going crazy, promising to flip $1,000 to $1 million. I'm not going to be doing that. I am not monetized anymore on YouTube. They took monetization away from my channel, which means I'm doing these streams absolutely for free, which is absolutely fine because you are what I care about, which is why I deleted all my videos. We've got about 10 videos left on the channel, and I'm adding new videos coming soon. I'm going to do a huge video on this trading strategy that I'm using. So my main trading, it was a good thing I set break even here, folks. Whoa, that's a big down candle. All right, so we're looking pretty good here. Let me take a look at a VIP trade I had this morning, early this morning. This is what you call a sniper entry right here. You can see We literally tapped in and shot up, just a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, or a 0.8 risk reward ratio. But you can see, had a strong level of support. Price came pretty close to that support. I entered the trade. Price shot up. Could have got even more. Could have got my TP2 on that one, but kind of shot up here. Got my TP1, and then came back down. Hit break even before going up even further. So you can see we hit break even here, and then we would have hit TP2 here. Absolutely fine. A nice win this morning. Obviously helped that gentleman make it happen. Pheasant, what's going on, Pheasant, with you? Well, I'm scalping, so it doesn't really matter how big the move is, right? So if I'm risking 1% to get 5 pips, I'm risking 1% to get 500 pips. It doesn't matter. Gold crash. I don't think gold should crash, but it is at a level of resistance right now here, you can see. But you know, we have some news in the world right now. We have a war starting up, and in Iran, so that generally makes gold go higher. That is a generalization that people believe, and that's something that historically I've believed as well. Look at this, getting up to about 1,000 people in the chat here, and I'm looking for some trade opportunities. It's 9:36. What are we going to do today? How are we going to trade? Obviously, I showed you this gold trade that I had in my VIP trading room. If you're interested in joining VIP, you can see this is the VIP trading room right here. Been doing really well. You know, had a win right here. Scroll down and had another win right here. So really doing quite well in VIP lately, which is awesome to see. You're welcome to join that, get education from my VIP trading room. The link to that is in the description. And we're just getting ready. Copy Trader works just fine. Yeah, Copy Trader works great. If you want to use the copier, you can. Everything is up to you. Yesterday, what happened? Yesterday, we had one trade on EG. This was a trade I took live on stream, and wow, should I ever have stayed in this one? Whoa. Okay, so on stream, this is what we got. And look, I was thinking about hitting this level here, and we would have, but man, I would have been on stream till 2:40. So I wanted to exit this trade while I was on stream, and this is exactly what it looked like. You could see. Let's put the strategy on, and this is the strategy I'll be using today. It's the strategy I've been using every day. So let's take a look and see what happened. First things first. Had a level of support down here. Okay, that was my support level. Felt like the price coming down here was more liquidity. You can see we had a strong push up right here, created a level of demand around here. That was our demand zone. And then we had the break of my orb. So range high, range low. We broke and closed. That tells me we were going up. We had the trend line break. That told me we were going up. So I waited for a pullback. Look, almost got knocked out of this trade, but pushed all the way up, smashed my take profit. Was not the best position, but I won it, and that brought me to 21-4 on stream. Now I'm looking for another similar trade today where I get the break, and then I get a pullback. I enter the trade, and hopefully I win and keep this streak alive. I'm going for 10 straight wins on stream. I have to say that this is not typical. Trading is very, very difficult. This is not financial advice whatsoever, but I am going for 10 wins in a row live on stream. I only count the trades that I have sent on stream. Okay, that's all I do. I only count the trades that I've sent on stream. The trades that I come into the stream, my warm-up trades, if they win or they lose, it doesn't matter. They don't count. No, this is not financial advice. This is just me trading and educating. What you do with this information is up to you, Miko. I suggest that you don't copy my trades at all. Am I going to re-enter on Nasdaq? Well, we're going to have to see what happens with my orb. So let's go ahead and turn the historical data off here. And we are getting our orb set. We did have liquidity get pulled beneath my level of support, so we could see a push up here. I'm going to want to see a break of the top of the range, but the range is not yet set. So let's go ahead and, yeah, over 1,000, awesome. Hopefully we get to about 1,200. That's where we settle in lately. Oh, my back is absolutely killing me. I had a little tweak in my back yesterday, and then I decided to go to the gym, and I've been so stressed out about this YouTube stuff. I have full back spasms. I'm on pills this morning. I'm not feeling really good at all. I feel like absolute crap. Do I think that people are YouTube's watching every stream? No, but I don't care. You know, this is just the way I'm doing it now. I want to make sure that I'm being responsible to the audience, so I'm making sure that everyone understands that that this is not financial advice, and you're just watching me trade, and that's what's happening. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our stream trading model. This is what we're doing right now. Right now it is about 9:40. You can see here, price pushes up, it pushes down, it pushes up from 9:30 to 9:45. It creates a candle high here, creates a candle low here, and then the candle closes. That candle high and candle low gives us our range top and our range bottom. That is our trading range for the day. Then we come over here to the 5-minute time frame, okay? And we're just monitoring 5-minute candles, and we're waiting for one of those candles to break out the top or bottom. In this case, it broke and closed out the top. So that tells us I'd be interested in buys. Overall trend direction would help me with that as well, but that's not always the case. Sometimes I counter trend trade too. Next thing I'm looking for is my discretion entry on the 5-minute time frame. Looking for 10 straight wins today, folks. I can enter on the closed candle, I can enter on the retest, the FVG, the midline, the demand zone. There's a lot of discretion here based on how the candles are pushing the current price action, and you will learn through watching me. Then when I enter a trade, I usually wait for a pullback, so I like the range break and the pullback back to the range, and then I enter my trade. On this one, I entered it at a fair value gap. I put my stop loss below. I had my take profit right here, and that was a take profit 1, where I take a partial and then I let the rest of the trade run, and then I hit my take profit 2. That is the goal right there. That is the goal. That's my trading plan. That's what I like to do, and that's it. And you know, one of the great things about the range is that price will often trade within the range. If you set your range well and you're scalping the way we are, that helps. So like if this is the, let's go ahead and look at a different pair. If this is the range that's being set right here, you can see top of the range and the bottom of the range right here. Price will frequently trade within that range. So if you're scalping from the bottom to the top, you can win. If you're scalping from the top to the bottom, you can win. It gives you a lot of opportunities. And if the price contains in the range, like it frequently does for a while, bouncing between this area before shooting up or down, you can win some, you know, higher risk reward ratio, or basically you could just get a decent win rate with this strategy. And that's what I've had. Obviously, I can't guarantee that this strategy is going to work for you. There's obviously a ton of discretion involved in my trading. And that's it, baby. We're ready to go. What do we have? 1 minute until we get some closes, and we're looking for some pairs. All right. What I'm looking at right now as my main entries are actually the top two. US CAD right here. And I have a USD Japanese yen right here. So why are these interesting to me? Well, because we are at support levels, okay? So price has pulled back significantly on UJ here during the last few trading sessions, and now it has come to my level of support. That is a point of interest for me, right? So now we can take a look at the orb, see if price breaks outside of the orb, and maybe I'll have a trading opportunity on UJ. And this is what I do every morning on stream. And for the last 2 weeks, I don't think I have a single loss because I'm at 9 straight. We may be 2.5 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks without a loss, because we're talking 9 straight wins. Really incredible. And on UCAD, You can see here we had the pullback as well. All right, prices pulled back a little bit, and we are already getting that reaction off of support. So potentially we can get the breakout the top and maybe pull back to fill a fair value gap or something, get an entry. Obviously, there's a lot of discretion involved, and I'm going to be looking at that. But those are two of the pairs that I'm interested in right now, and we now have our range set. So we're to the 5-minute time frame. Let's go ahead and set that range right there. So what we're looking for on US CAD is a price to close above the range, and obviously I'm going to be looking at any of the charts you want me to look at and analyzing those charts. We did have that liquidity sweep on Nasdaq. I was watching that as well. You could see we pulled liquidity. Our range high is set. Our range low is set right here. So I do have some interest on Nasdaq. What I would want to see is I'd want to see the price close out the top and then retrace back to my support level, which is at the middle of the range, and then potentially get a trade set up. So it would look something like that on NQ this morning. On UCAD, my setup would look something like this morning. Yes. Maybe I would wait for a pullback further to maybe enter at my EMA, right? Something like that. So then the entries at the EMA, that provides some interest. And on UJ, looks like we're breaking below the level right now, but I would be looking more to buy on UJ from my support level. We have retraced a lot already. So like prices come down a lot already. So I'd be looking more to buy. That does mean we could have potential liquidity sweep below this level right here before we get the range set up here. And then when price breaks out the top of the range, I could look for an entry maybe at the bottom of the range. Maybe something like this on UJ this morning, and put it below that current wick depending on how far that goes. And so those are a few opportunities that I'm looking at this morning. Maybe we get a Nasdaq sooner than later. It looks like we're going to get some sort of a break out of this already. This one could continue on. I'm not exactly sure. And now we're going to start taking a look at requests. How's everybody doing this morning? I just want to say that I love you all, and it's been a really tough week. My back is absolutely killing me. I have full back spasms. I'm on pills right now, but we're going to have some fun. I'm going to try and win a trade again. I'm going to try and get to 10 straight wins today, which is unbelievable. Love you, Arctic Dan. Love you, Jim. Love you, Camille. So happy that you guys are here. Can I left space both side of screen? You should be able to zoom in. I can see the price just fine. Maybe you need a bigger screen. If you're on your phone, maybe that's difficult. I don't know. Oh, God. Yeah, Sean Carter. Shout out to Sean Carter. Let's go ahead and start looking at some of your charts. All right. So everyone always wants me to start on gold. So let's start on gold. So gold has a potential sell here today. We're obviously at my resistance level. You can see we have a range top here. We have our range bottom, and we're already getting close to a candle close on this in about 45 seconds. If we take a look at my trend line here, something like that. That's a decent trend line right there. Maybe we see that broken. Don't love selling on gold given the news. Yeah, back pain team, shout out. I had this tweak yesterday, and then I was like, you know what? I think I could still go to the gym. What a stupid decision that I made. What a bad decision that I made, you know? I'm making good decisions in my trades. I'm making bad decisions everywhere else in my life. Celtic or pink Himalayan sea salt and potassium will help with my back. Thank you so much, Live Free. I appreciate your advice. Sadia wants me to take a look at GJ. George wants me to take a look at GU. Okay, I'm going to take a look at those pairs now. I love the chat. I love the chat. Chat all you want. Don't listen to him. Okay, so on gold, yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do on this one. I'm going to wait on gold. I don't have a setup exactly yet. More interested in this here. This is kind of a setup that I'm interested in. Yeah, on NQ. Pretty much where I have it. Around the midline. I could probably pull it down a little bit to be safe, but safer. But this is what I'm feeling on Nasdaq right now. A little bit of a buy on that. Let me take a look. So we wanted to take a look at GU. Someone said GU, so let's pull GU up. Let's pull EU up, and let's take a look at these assets right now. This is GU right here. Guess you could say we reacted off of this level right here. Got a decent reaction off of that level right here. And now we've pulled back. So on GU, maybe a buy would have some interest. Our range high, our range low. Maybe wait for price to break out the top of this level right here for a pullback. Not my best setup. USD CAD, we didn't break out. Okay, so this isn't a trade yet. UJ, we're waiting for a breakout the top on this one. We don't have that yet. We did get the breakout on US 100. It would be nice to see the trend line break as well. You can see I have a trend line with 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. Ideally, we get a break of that trend line, then we retrace back and go up. That would be another indication that we are bullish on that shorter term. Let's take a look at some more pairs for anyone. Someone called US 30. Let me take a look at US 30. US 30, very similar to Nasdaq right now. We got a break out of our range already on the higher side of things. Now, that doesn't give us much room to go based on current price action. So that's kind of our resistance based on the current price. That is kind of our support right there. So I would need a pretty significant pullback. This one I think is probably more liquidity. So I would expect that this level here would be the level most likely to hold. We got the breakout at the top. So I would need a significant pullback, probably to the bottom of the range, to have any interest in US 30. I would be looking at something like this, and I could just trade that back to the top of the range. So that would be an easier one if it comes true. We're now reaching the resistance level right here, so we could get a reaction down. Not sure if we will or not. We're just going to watch the markets, watch that price action, and just do what I like to do. I'm also looking at NU on another chart right here. So let me pull NU up to the top. We've been having a lot of success with this pair on the stream. Very, very similar kind of setup. We've got the EMA and we have the trend line, and we're starting to break out. Now we can take a look in terms of support here. This is a pretty good support level right here that we just got a reaction off of. So again, I would need a pretty significant pullback on this one. This is the trading range that we have right now. You could even look at it and say, hey, we've had reactions off of this level right here. So we definitely, that this level at the top, that could be our liquidity right there. Same way I'm saying this is our liquidity right here. So what does that mean? That means we could have an opportunity here. I mean, I could have an opportunity here. First thing I would be looking at is getting a break out of the top of the range and then having a pretty significant pullback to the bottom of the range. Yeah, that's probably what What would interest me, and we can see if we could trade within this range a little bit. Oh gosh, my back is killing me right now. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm in so much pain. Yeah, good win for the Panthers last night. One of my best friends, he's in a hockey pool, and I give him the picks every year. And the picks that I gave him this year happened to get us first place, so feeling pretty good. Yeah, I go to the gym and I stretch regularly. Yesterday I just had a little kink in my back, and then I went to the gym and I decided to do a chest day. It was really stupid decision. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some pairs. Lucy, that's my girl, Luce. Love Luce. I love Lucy. All right, so we broke out of the bottom on this one. Look, you see I have my level of support set already. I do a lot of this before I get on stream, just to make it a little bit easier. I love Arctic Dan. Arctic Dan's always watching out for me. So this is my support zone right here. We have a level of pretty obvious resistance here at the top. Okay, we've gotten some good reactions there. I don't really have a great setup here, really. I don't really want to sell it that much. You know, the problem is the price is smack dab in the middle of the range, right? If we take our Fibonacci just from range to range here, we're pretty much just smack dab in the middle. So it's hard for me to decide if I want to go up from here, if I want to go down from here. Ideally, in this situation, you have your range here, and then you wait for the break, and you wait for the pullback back to support, and then there's a big distance. And so we could cover that distance, because price is frequently going to trade within that range. Now you say, hey, Pat, why don't we just... oh, what did I do? I was pulling my damn resistance off. So you say, oh, well, why don't we enter a trade down here and then trade to this range? And the reason I'm not doing that is because I'm always using the range confluence, okay? UJ and GU, people want me to chat. Check. Let me check. UJ, waiting for a break out of the top on UJ right now. Right now we seem to be trading within our range. Absolutely fine. Let's go ahead and take a look at UJ. We're waiting for that close above our range. Ideally we get a better close. We've got 2 minutes, you know. Maybe we close up here, maybe we close up here. Have a little bit of resistance at this level right here potentially. So maybe we can get to that level and react down. That could give me a pretty good setup this morning that I'm going to take and you're not going to take, because you don't copy my trades. This is not financial advice. Never copy my trades. UJ broke bottom. Yes, that's absolutely fine. So what I'm doing, the main thing that I look for is not the range, okay? The main thing I look for is the support, and then I use the range to add on. So you can see right here, we have the support. Sorry, let me pull back and show you the pullback. So we had this pullback right here to my level of support. So I want to buy. I just want to buy from that area. So now I'm just looking for reasons to buy. And that's, you know, the break of the range at the top, and then a significant pullback, maybe an EMA, you know, maybe buying the price at a discount. There's a bunch of things. I'll take a look at that indicator in the future. Let's take a look. Supply and demand, MTF. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that is kind of nice, huh? That's not a bad, you know, indicators usually suck. That's not a bad indicator. You could see, created a supply right here, tapped into the supply, pushed down. Also at the EMA here, that would have been a really nice trade setup. Had a demand right here though, didn't hold, right? That's an easy one to not use though, right? This one you could see you get consolidation and reaction within the supply, making that a stronger supply, a supply that's likely going to work. Wicks out the top. This one you just have 3 red candles storming right through it, so that's an easy trade to avoid. Pretty cool indicator there. Thanks for recommending that. I may look at that in the future, and that is a free indicator, which is nice as well. Look at us, 1,357 people. Can we get this up to 1,500 people? I haven't asked you to like the video yet. There's 1,300 people in here. Can we get 13 likes? Please smash that like button. Let's get to 13 likes. Woo! Clap, 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 clap. You know, the drugs are definitely kicking in. How do I filter which trade to take out of all the many options? Good question, Daryl B. I take the trade that gives me the most confluences, the most confidence, and the most gut. You know, there's some gut here. Yeah, sure, we can marry Radu. We can definitely marry. Let's take a look at gold. There's a lot of people asking for gold right now, and I am looking at your recommendations. Now, we did break through the bottom on gold, but our trend line is being respected. Look, we've had multiple wicks on that trend line. We're going to need to see a break out the bottom of that trend line before we think about a trading position on gold, or before I think about a trading position on gold, right? But you can see this is something that I would like because we had a pullback right here. Price came to my resistance level. It's exhausted. I just want to see that last kind of confluence breaking through this level on gold, and then maybe a pullback to the top of the top of my orb, and then boom. But you see, it is holding and rejecting off of this level quite a bit on gold. So that's just something I'm watching out. I'm okay with the spamming. That's good for keeping people excited. Not really interested in platinum right now. You know, as for my support levels, a lot of the time I'm just setting them up on the 5-minute time frame, sometimes 15 minutes, sometimes 1 hour time frame as well before the stream. But if you just look here, look at the 5-minute time frame, it's pretty obvious that we have support and resistance. It's pretty obvious that we've been trading within this range since the 17th, right? And the most since the 16th as well. This is when we started here. You can see our first touch into the range came here, so I could even pull that across, and that's just on the 5-minute time frame, just scrolling out a little bit. Before that, price matters, but it matters less when you're scalping. We did get a breakthrough of that trend line right there, but we want to have the price close, right? If it just wicks and shoots back up, it means the trend line is still holding, and that's a strong trend line. Let me take a look at EG for my pal John Parker Benefield. Shout out to JPB. JPB, that rules. That sounds nice. Maybe we're going to get a reaction here. We're getting a pretty significant close here. Significant on gold, maybe creating a level of supply for us to take a closer look at. Hey, 1,400 people in the chat. Let me go ahead and take a look at okay, I don't JUR 40. I've never even traded JUR 40 in my life. Is that the German stock exchange? Let's take a close look at JUR 40 for you. JUR 40. Hey, not bad. So look, you see me scroll out very quickly, and then I scroll in, and what do we have? We have a pretty obvious level of support right there. And that is also a level of demand. Why? Because you can see we had the push up. What's that? 4 or 5 green candles in a row. We got some fair value gaps in here. We got some breakaway price. So that is a demand. That is a level of support. Just got a good reaction to that support. What's our next level of resistance? Probably this right here. You might want to expand to pull that into that. But that would be the resistance level. Look, you're getting an explosive move this morning outside of your range. What would I be looking at? I would be looking at the break and close above that level, which looks like you're going to get on JUR 40. Not something that I often trade, but whatever, people are asking. Also, I'm looking at US 30. I should take a look at that. So on JUR 40, I would be looking for a pullback back to that level of support, and then it's a pretty good trade opportunity there this morning on JUR 40, but I don't trade JUR 40, so that is just what I would do on JUR 40 if I was trading it. Let me go ahead and take a look at US 30. US 30, I have the break. I'm also breaking through my resistance level out the top, so I don't know if we're going to get that. You know, if we're break out, retest, and go, that's a potential, but I'm waiting for a pullback. Always looking for pullback. Let's take a look at gold. This is a potential entry on gold. We're near the top of my range, aren't we? No, I don't have any limit orders set up right now. Just kind of taking my time this morning. My back is killing. Yeah, I have my 2 free trades still pending. Yeah. And you, whoa, jeez. Well, I don't know what the hell I'm doing with NUD and this one anymore. This one really have to pull back. Maybe to the top of the range. Get the kind of a demand entry. What's that look like on the lower time frame? I've just had so much success on this pair lately. On the 2-minute, we've got quite the supply right here on the 2-minute. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff as we look through the charts. Let's take a look at GU and GJ. What do we have on GJ here? What do we have on GJ? Price has been exhausted. We've been in a downtrend for a while. But there's no real support level for me to trade off on GJ. Let me go ahead and take a look at US CAD. Yeah, I think the free trades are still valid. So this was a trade I was thinking about, but we never broke out the top. You need the break. I needed the break out the top and then the retrace to my entry. Does look like we're getting a good reaction on that entry though. So, you know, I could have got into this one, but I didn't because I didn't have the close at the top, and I want all of my confluences. How's everybody doing in the chat? Oh, my back's killing me. My back's killing me. Oh, Patty Daddy Fat Tony. I'm looking for a trade. I'm 30 minutes into stream here already. Just looking for a good setup. Let's take a look at what someone's talking about GU a lot. Yeah, GU has a pretty good level of demand right here. If we could get a strong pullback, that's interesting. That has some potential on GU. Definitely at resistance right now, so could get a pullback on GU. Am I gonna wrap today? I don't know. Rude. I don't know if I'm gonna wrap today. My back's killing me. My back hurts. It really hurts. I don't know why it hurts so bad, but it really hurts. All right, gold. What am I looking at on gold right now? Looking to see if we get a reaction off of this EMA. Broke through my trend line, broke through the bottom of the range right here, and then waiting for potential pullback. Retest that trend line maybe up here, carry that thing down. That's a potential, but it's hard to buy gold on a day like today with all of the news. Day's going well, Sarah. Good to see you, Sarah Khaleesi. Love to see you. I'm also interested in Australian dollar, US dollar. This could be a buy as well, but I'm going to need a significant pullback to get into an entry on this one, which is possible. What are we looking at here? 20 pips. Okay, that's probably not going to come. What is close? What is close? NU's not close anymore. UCAD never broke out the top, but If it did, that probably would have been TP1 already, based on where I adjusted my stop loss to. I didn't look at EU today. Let's take a look at EU. So we're getting a lot of crazy stuff happening from the news today, folks, making it a little bit more difficult, but I'll try and trade. I'm always trying to get at least one trade. Let's go ahead and take a look at the news today. Look, there's a lot of big news. At 8:30 you had unemployment, PPI, core PPI. Wait a second, I got the date wrong here, don't I? Let's give that a refresh. Don't make fun of me. But still lots of news here. We got some news on GBP. But then we also just have the overall news from the war, and that's going to make things a little bit harder to shake out. You know, I tend to do well with small candles. We are getting a pretty good pullback here on EU. Still got to come 15 pips in order to get any sort of entry here, but it is storming back down. Do I want to catch one of those candles? I don't know. Well, it's really coming down fast here, and I do have a level of, what do I have a level of? Okay, new resistance. What is my is that a support? That's a decent support. Also have levels we've been getting reactions to in the middle here, which makes this a little bit more difficult. You know, I'm not exactly trading like this. Oh, I gotta get the door, 1 second. Did they say grandma's here? Is grandma here? I'm just on stream. Is grandma here? Grandma's here. Grandma's here. Dog's going crazy because grandma's here. Everybody loves grandma. Everybody loves grandma. Likes in the chat for grandma. All right, we got this pullback on EU I was looking at. Gold, I was looking at a pullback on this. Haven't caught any pullback on this. Maybe we'll get a reaction off of my EMA and pull back. We have, oh, baby's going crazy in the background. We had the break above. You know, I could have entered on a pullback, but it wasn't that deep. But look at this one right here. That would have been a nice one to catch. Whoa, that would have been a nice one to catch. That was a bit of a fair value gap fill there. I didn't even really see that. Yes. We got to get some trades for grandma. Let's take a look at USD Swiss franc here. Broke out the bottom, pretty crazy pullback already, getting a reaction off of that. We are trading in a pretty obvious uptrend here though, getting reactions off of this EMA. So on Swiss franc, I don't know what the hell I would do because we also have a resistance right here. So I think what I would be looking to do on Swiss franc today, we don't really, the zones aren't great on this though. Right, you see there's a lot of support and resistance levels. Maybe if we go to recent price and we just focus on recent price, we could do something like this as the bottom zone. That does seem to make a bit of sense. But again, we really pulled down here. Maybe that was liquidity being taken and touch this level here before pushing up. So I think I would want to buy here. So I would want to have a break out the top of my zone right here. And then I would want to pull back to the bottom of the range or maybe the EMA down here. But then we're breaking out both sides and we're going all over the damn place. So Swiss franc, I'm not sure. My sound is fine, Preet. That's just you, man. That is just you. Maybe restart your stream, Preet. Preet, you do that. You know you do this every stream. You come in here and say there's no sound when there is sound. So maybe look into your setup. Okay, let's go back to UJ. Didn't get the close above on UJ. We are getting the pullback to the bottom of the range, but we didn't get the close above. If we got the close above, I probably would have been entering. very, very soon. All right, let's take a look at U30. Nothing. 100 nothing. Broke away on me a little bit right here. What do you want me to get together? Oh, Preet, yeah. All right, don't hurt Preet's feelings now. Preet is still a lovely member of the community. Don't have some great setups this morning. EG is right in the middle of my damn zones. I could have just entered off the bottom, and then we would have won. But you know, I always want to have my breaks. I want to have my confluences. Let's go back to gold. Was this the closest one? Gold need to pull back to my trend line. Maybe here, level of supply. Can we pull back to that level and get a sell? But I don't really want to sell on gold right now, even though it does look like we have good scalps on gold. EU. EU needed a pretty severe pullback on EU. Pretty severe. You can see we have quite the fair value gap to fill still, so it's very possible we come right down here to EU, get some sort of an entry there. I'll be looking at it. I'm looking. Good. Happy that it's working for you now, Preet. Much love to Grandma. Nasdaq. Let's take a look at Nasdaq. I'm hanging out with the chat. You have any questions, I'm here to answer them. My entry is very low here, kind of mid-range on NQ. You can see we had that liquidity get pulled and price shot up, man. You see that all the time, don't you? You really do. We are at a level of resistance now, so maybe we get a pullback and then we could trade within this extended range that I've created, right? With the support and the resistance and the trading within that range. That's kind of what I'm looking at on Nasdaq. On the DAC. I trade supply and demand within the concepts. Supply and demand is just a single confluence. It is not the entire concept. The mansion will cost over $4 million. Can we do something on EJ? Well, you could do whatever you want. Will I do something on EJ? Maybe. I could buy EJ. What's EJ got? Let me take a look at my EJ spread right now. Where the hell is EJ on there? Spread about 5 points, 7 points, 8 points. It's jumping a lot right now, 5 points, but I could take that if it comes to pull back to me. We do have a big fair value gap here to fill. Now, I've had such a good week today. That's okay that gold's gone. That's life, man. I take the trades that I take. You gotta be patient if you want to be a winning trader. If you want to be a profitable trader, patience is needed. You've been watching me on stream do this for a long time now. I've been doing this for over a month. I take the trades that I really want. Let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin for my brother in the chat. All right, it's good to see a nice little reaction on Bitcoin this morning, huh? We had a little bit of a demand zone created within this area here. You can see off of this candle here, created a bit of a demand there. Can tapped right in and launched. That's why people like trading demand, that's for sure. Can I explain a fair value gap? Sure. So a fair value gap is basically a 3 candle pattern. So you could see here on Bitcoin, you have this candle, you have this candle right here, okay? You have this candle right here. Okay, and then you have wicks. So this wick comes down to here, and you can see there is a gap where no wicks filled this level. So generally, that means that there can be orders left in this area, and it's generally used as like kind of a magnet for price. You can see price comes right back into that area, will frequently respect it and shoot up, often picking up the orders that are left in this area, because there's big hedge funds and stuff placing orders in these areas, and that's why the price is shooting up so aggressively. So you have so much damn demand in this area right here. So that's the importance of fair value gaps and how I use them. Let's take a look at GU. Reset my chart. Big candles here. Don't love big candles like this, but I do want to get a trade in this morning, so I will be trying to get a trade in this morning. And it's the same thing for EU. Trying to get a trade in this morning, potentially on EU as well. So I'm looking to buy on GU or EU, but I am waiting for price to pull back to a level that I think is a good level. So something like that on GU. And so let's pull that up. And EU, let's pull that up as well, as just kind of areas of interest for me. I have no limits set right now. The demand is down here. We could touch the top of demand. That would be an interesting spot to enter a trading position on EU. So EU, GU, they're both far. Look, they're reacting pretty well off of that EMA actually. So I don't know if they're going to come to me. We have the NU, very similar. We had just a big price shoot ups because of the news. Look at this one here. This one's a bit frustrating. What I was waiting for was a close above. I'm always waiting for a candle close above my range and then the pullback. We didn't get that, but you could see price came to the level where I wanted to enter the trade and has shot up. I would have made a bag on this one if I stayed into it. TP1 on GIR 40. GIR 40 I was talking about. I don't really trade GIR 40, but I was analyzing GIR 40, and this was the setup that I was looking at here on GIR 40. We didn't get the close above though. You got the close above here, so you entered it up. I was waiting for a pullback right there, so I would not have gotten into this trading position. Let's take a look at gold for my friend here. Gold is now at the strong level of support. This could be a potential buy here on gold, but it doesn't line up with my overall trading strategy, so I won't be taking that. Let's take a look at Swiss franc for my brother Billy. Swiss franc, what would I want to do? I don't know. There's not much I can really do here. We're so close to my ranges. We're right in the middle of the range, right? This is the problem with something like this, right? Because we have the range that I've created right here. Okay, so this is the range that I've created, and now price is in the middle of that range right here, right? Right here. This is where the price is right now. So it's like there's not much room down and there's not much room up. So it's just not something that really interests me right now. Yeah. No trades available. The instrumentals in the background, I get them off of Epidemic Sounds or something. I don't know the names of all of them. A $1,000 to $10,000 challenge. Khaled, I'm not doing stuff like that on the challenge anymore. There was a time where I was doing stuff like that on the challenge and I was showing verified results, but we're not showing, we're going to not do sort of $10,000 to $1 million, that sort of thing anymore. That's not the content. We're going to switch the channel to more educational, just kind of strategies that I use. I'm going to show all of my trades. But I don't think I'm going to be like, I made 4,000 on this one or 7,000 on that one, because I think that is something that YouTube doesn't want on the platform, and so I'm not going to do it. Gold buy. Yeah, there is a potential for a gold buy because it's at my strong level of support. But this is catching a falling knife here, so probably want to see some sort of green candles. We're seeing green candles here on lower time frames, could give us some sort of an indication. Ideally would want this wick here to be broken, maybe on the 1 minute time frame before getting in on this trade, but I'm not overly interested in this because it's not part of my overall trading methodology, right? Not getting much in terms of setups this morning, but I'm hanging out. I'm glad that we've got 1,400 people in here as I look for a trade opportunity for me. I've been waiting on NU. I've been waiting on AU. We have a ways to go on some of these pairs, which is fine. Only 11 pips on this one. You know, yesterday I waited a long time. What was our trade yesterday? Was it an NU trade yesterday? I keep forgetting what the hell the trade was. Was it an EG? Yeah, it was an EG trade. So you can see on this trade right here, we waited until about 10:30. So we didn't get into this trade until 10:30. It's not even 10:30 right now. Might have to wait a little bit longer this morning, but I'm going for 10 wins in a row, so I want to be careful. NZD USD. Yeah, I'm looking at NU right here. Got my zones set up. Lots of zones. And I've been waiting for a pullback. Where do I want this pullback? Well, let's go ahead. I think I looked at this on the lower time frame. On the 2 minute time frame, it gave me a level of demand there. 1 minute time frame, you can see, you could kind of say, all right, there's like a kind of a demand. Red candles before the push up, something like that. And then you could go to the 5 minute time frame and say, all right, that looks like a decent entry. And so if we pull back to this level, then I do have the potential of decent trade opportunity. Not sure what I would do for SL and that sort of thing yet, but those things I modify as I move along. Let's get some likes in here. Please smash that like button. If we smash that like button, hey, maybe the price will come back and I could get into a trade and go for 10 in a row. Is he really going to get 10 in a row? Can he really get 10 in a row? I'd love to get 10 in a row. 10 in a row, that's a lot of trades. Let's go ahead and take a look at EU for not Chrissy. Well, if you're not Chrissy, then how can I go to EU? We're getting a crazy pullback on EU. Okay, this is showing some potential here. Yeah, there's a chance here. There's a chance that I get into something here. How does this look? How do you feel about this? Now we do have another level down here. Price could come all the way down to that level right there, but let's not tempt it to. Let's see if we could get some sort of a reaction soon. See if this thing comes back any further, and maybe we get in on EU. Shout out to who brought my attention to EU. Thank you for enjoying my dad jokes. I appreciate that. Only 6 pips, 5 pips. Very possible. You know, yesterday I caught a red candle coming down like this too, and it was a risky decision. So today I want to get a little bit of a better reaction so that I'm not kind of on the edge of my seat feeling like my butt's going to explode, because we don't want exploding butts. No exploding butts in the chat. Okay, very good. The reason I'm doing the orb at the time I'm doing it is because that is the New York Stock Exchange open, and that seems to bring volume and volatility into the markets, which creates a strong range. You can try it at the beginning of London session, you could try it at the beginning of the Asian session, and you may have success there as well. It would be an interesting experiment to set up a robot that just kind of trades within the range. That's something I'm interested in. And I am creating a trading robot that's going to automate this trading strategy and give us different opportunities. But that trading robot is probably a few months away from release. I've got to start working on that this week. The time I would put would just be the time at the beginning of the session. So as soon as London session starts, that's when I would do it. But Nuno is telling you right now it's not good. Australian dollar, US dollar for Rico. That is my entry there. If I can pull back to that level right there, I think I'll be in on this trade. Do we like it brighter or dimmer? How do you guys like it? It looks good brighter in the videos, I think. Maybe I'll try that. Lost GU this morning. Sorry, Jim. Sorry to hear that. Market's a bit shifty this morning. Australian dollar, US dollar. Gold is going up again. Thanks, Malik. Yeah, I'm really hoping to get that robot set up. So basically what the robot would do is it would make sure that, you know, if we have a support down here that we're only buying, we would get the close, we would wait for a pullback. You'd be able to set the pullback to the high, the mid, the low. Maybe you could set the pullback to enter at the EMA as well. So we'd have a lot of options within the robot. I got to write it all down. No, it would run on all pairs per license. But obviously that robot is months away as I try and figure that out. Oh, thanks for joining us for the stream today, Aaron Sowell. Much love to you. Thanks that you're enjoying it. People are telling me UJ to take a look at UJ. Oh, we got the break on UJ. Thanks for the call out there. You know, I don't even have to trade. I've got such incredible fans. Yeah, and you can see we have a little bit of a resistance level respecting this level right here. What are we doing? What are we thinking here? This is not an A+ setup, guys. This is not an A+. Okay, this is... I don't have a ton of confluences. I don't love that the price has come down so far already. I don't get a good risk-reward ratio on this one. I kind of have to cover that wick. All right, let's see what Vipul thinks. Vipul is my analyst. An A+ setup is just a setup that has a ton of confluences. So it's like it's at support, it has demand, it has so many things. It did close below the range, so what I do on this is I go, okay, it closed below the range, but I don't care because I want to buy, because I want to trade from the support. So that's why I would wait for the close at the top, the retrace back to support, enter and go. But it's very rangy. This isn't a position that I really love, to be honest. So I don't know if I'm going to take this one. Someone wants me to take a look at Bitcoin right now. He thinks that that's an A+ trade. I'll tell you if I think that's an A+ trade. Well, Bitcoin's gone. Bitcoin is long gone, right? That's got to come back all the way here. So that's long gone. Let's take a look at GU. People are more interested in GU, or mostly interested in GU. I think I am... I'm pretty interested in GU as well. Why am I more interested in GU than the other trade? Well, it is rangy as well, but we do have a strong level of demand. That demand is right at my entry right there. And I think EU was similar. Yeah, EU was similar. So we have that demand level, and we have a decent range set up. So you could see bottom of the range, top of the range. These are decent. I think I'm more interested in GU and EU. Those are the ones I'm interested in. The UJ that I have right here, I'm less interested in. I just don't feel confident in the trade. Sometimes that's just gut. Sometimes that's just gut. But usually what happens is someone in the chat goes, I took that trade and I won that trade. Pat, I took that trade. I won that trade. Pat, I took that trade. I won that trade. You know, I can keep on going. You know what I'm saying. US CAD had to close out God, we would need an insane pullback to get into a trade again here. Oof, that EMA really did a good job, though. Nice EMA entry there. That would have been perfect. Much love to Prasath. John Greenberg is here. Always happy to see John Greenberg. Shout out to the Jews in the chat. Shout out to the Jays in the chat. My EMA setting is just a 200 EMA. Thank you, Preet. I appreciate it. Much love to Malik. Much love to John J. This is the settings right there. Very, very simple. GU. I'm just hoping that GU doesn't react off of this level, because this is a decent level you can see right here. And it is reacting off of that level significantly. As I say that, which is annoying, I'm waiting for more of a pullback on that one and more of a pullback on this one. Both of them, though, you can see had a level of support right there that had decent reactions to in the past. And so they are reacting off of that level right now. But we could still break down through that level and come back to me. We're only about 10 pips away from me getting my trade entry. That's not too far. How do I use the EMA? So basically, I like to have it on the chart, and sometimes I enter off of it. So, you know, let's say I get the break above the range here, right? Sorry, we have the range high. We break above it, and I'm waiting for a pullback. Maybe I'll just wait for that pullback to coincide with the EMA, and that's where I'll enter my trade from. That's something that I often use. Ideally, it's also within support, maybe within demand. You know what I mean? We have all of those confluences, and we get all the confluences we want. We feel much better about that. Just waiting on a couple of pairs here on GU and EU. I'm trying to get into a trade, trying to win 10 straight. This is the longest I've been without a trade. Oh, the videos that were removed are never coming back. I deleted them. It's only new videos from now on. If you have any requests for videos, I will do them, and I will do them bigger and better and longer. I just won't have them as exciting and all about money. We're gonna cut that stuff out. I use the FVG and orb strategy in the live stream. This is the orb strategy that I'm using right now. Yeah, back stretches video. Hell yeah, I need that. Ooh, time for shawarma. Send one over here, Preet. No money, Slick Rick. Only pips. 1,400 people in here. This is a great stream today, folks. Thanks for being here. 6,500 views, 1,400 people. Vapul wants me to take that UJ. He's a risky boy. He's a risky boy. Shoutouts to Vapul, the risky boy. I'm not going to do it. Looks like we're already getting a reaction anyways. So my entry would have been a bit late. Look at that. Not bad. But I had trouble finding a level. You know, I guess that there was a reaction off of this support a little bit earlier. But it's like, that's kind of a crappy level. It's just such a weird price action on that. Which is why I'm waiting here. And we're getting close on GU. We're only 4 pips away from my entry here. And on EU, we are much further. We're 10 pips away. So GU is what I'm looking at right now. I think we can hit my level, flip bullish from this level of demand. If it doesn't hold, it doesn't hold. We don't get 10 wins in a row, but hopefully I can get 10 wins in a row. This is the setup that I'm most interested in right now. Hopefully price doesn't come back to this support. Not sure about risk reward. That is something that I monitor throughout the trade. How do we like this styled? Maybe a little greener. Ooh, that's green, baby. That's green. Although I am a little superstitious. Should I be messing around with anything right now, given the current streak? I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, Honey's over there lying down. Why don't we get Honey on cam 2? Can we see Honey on cam 2? Let me move the house out of the way. Move the house. This is not the mansion I'm building, by the way, but you can kind of see Honey over there. Shout out to the Forex dog, Honey. And back to camera 1 as we wait and see if we can get a trade. Do you guys like that I have 2 cameras now? I'm also thinking about doing the stream on like multiple platforms. So it's like I can have it on here, I could have it on like TikTok or Twitter or something at the same time. I don't know if that helps anybody, but I might start doing that. Yeah, I could probably throw it on Twitch or Kick or something just at the same time. I don't know if that helps anyone, but I'll probably just have it on this and that, you know, at the same time. I don't have Discord. I've definitely considered Discord because we could like kind of talk about our trades a little bit more, which would be really cool. So maybe that's something that we can consider. Let's take a look at gold. Yeah, we're coming away here. We're still 10 pips away on my GU. We were getting pretty close, but seems to be respecting the top of the range high. And when I create a robot, I'll have it so you can select range high entries. So that's going to be something interesting. Orb is the open range breakout. That's the strategy that I'm trading, Greenberg. So you could see here, top of the range, bottom of the range, closed pullback. That's kind of my range strategy. That's what I'm looking for when I'm trading ranges. Yeah, I can take a look at gold for you. Shout out to Prinz. Yeah, got a lot of people interested in me doing a Discord. I'm thinking about definitely when I create that new robot, I want to have a Discord channel for that. Because then it's like everyone can discuss different settings and stuff they're using, which I think would be fun. And maybe when I create that Discord, I can also have a Discord for our streams, so we could, you know, talk about, you know, what we're doing in the stream. And yeah. So that is a great idea, you know, and I appreciate the chat so much. You guys really giving me great ideas all the time. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do the mansion tour. That's still allowed. I'm probably going to do another, like a mansion tour soon as well, where I just walk you through the progress, maybe within a couple of months when I get the pool put in. Let's take a look at gold. People keep asking me to trade gold. Gold I've been waiting for a pullback on. You could see I was telling you that I would have bought at this level right here, my support, and we have pushed up. So anyone that decided that that was a good idea for themselves would have done quite well off of that gold move right there. Why did I like that trade? Because this is such an obvious level of support. Now, obviously, you can see price can come and take liquidity anytime, but in most cases, the level held quite well. So decent trade on gold. My plan was to trade it down if price came up here, but I'm not overly interested in that. More interested in this GU here. Been waiting for a pullback on this one. Still need 10 pips. EU very similarly looking for that, about 10 pips on either of them. I think I'll probably get into one of these. We still have a fair amount of time on stream. Let's go ahead and take a look at that UJ. This was one of the more risky setups that I had. I didn't really feel very confident about. It is coming down to, it almost came to my entry. I don't have a limit for this set though. The only limit I have right now is on GU. Let's just move this box and clean this up a little bit so it's easier to see. Is this something that I want to take? I don't know. The last trade I took, the last loss I have on stream was a JPY loss, so I don't want to take it. You know what I mean? I'm so superstitious. It's stupid. Did I get on a US 100? I had a Nasdaq trade open and it went break even, so I'm at 0 for the day. Let's go ahead and take a look at GU for the chat. GU's taken off from the top of the range. That happens, you know, it looks like it's filled this huge fair value gap. You know, there's still room at the bottom, but it's mostly filled here. So we may not get that magnet down, but I'm hoping that we do. I know some of you trade the top of the range, and good for you. I focus on it only in the New York sessions, Shriyash. That is where I trade the orb strategy. I don't trade it in London or any other. No tool. If you just click on the thing at the top and you just hold shift, it's going to just let you do this on Trading View. Zscene. I had a bunch of warnings, community guidelines from YouTube, so I decided to go ahead and remove all of the videos, and we're starting pretty much from scratch. We've got about 10 videos left. ICT concepts, yeah. Do you think that EU can take Asia low before going up? Yeah, potentially. Oh, I love you. Love Bangladesh. Much love to Bangladesh. Yeah, I'm using the 200 EMA on the 5-minute time frame, and I use simple. I'm just using the simple. Let's take a look. I'm pretty sure I have it on simple. Smoothing, none. I have just no smoothing. No smoothing required. What else are we looking at? Does anyone have a trade for me? Should we do a chat trade? I won't put it towards my... maybe we just take a chat trade. I'm not getting any trade. So maybe if someone in the chat wants to give me a trade, I'll take one. This is coming to a level I was thinking of entering on UJ, but I just didn't like it, so I didn't take it. Just didn't like it. Maybe if it came all the way down, I'd like it more. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to take today. Your AUD. Just struggling to find something today. I will be here for another hour, and this has happened before. Your AUD had a level of support, turn resistance, right at the range low. That would have been a good entry because you got the break, you pushed down, and then you retraced to the range low. So you had the range low. Also, you had a fair value gap, and you also had this previous support level that was now turned to resistance. Your AUD could have had a nice setup there this morning. That was pretty nice. GBP USD is pulling back, so we may get a trade here. You know, we've been waiting for a trade here. Might get into a trade on this one. I need the price to come back another 5 or 6 pips to trigger me in and come to my level of demand. Now, what we're seeing right here is a good sign, right? You're seeing this kind of back and forth, this consolidation. You know, we don't want to catch a candle coming, you know, shooting right down. We want to trade this because if this is happening, look, I could just enter here, and if it trades up here, I won the trade. And then I set break even. Maybe it comes to my break even, maybe it doesn't, and it shoots all the way up. But either way, it's kind of low risk opportunity because I'm trading within recent consolidation. You know. Oh. Oh God, my back is killing me. Absolutely killing me. Oh. Fran wants me to take a look at EU. EUPU. Hey now. Yeah, same thing on EU. Getting a reaction off of this level. I could have entered off of this level twice already and won 2 trades. But I've been waiting for a safer pullback. EU and GU, these are kind of what I've been waiting on today. Sometimes you gotta be patient, baby. Sometimes you gotta be patient. You're welcome to watch me trade, but don't follow these trades. Don't copy them. This is not financial advice, so you could watch me trade, don't copy me. I'm not responsible for your decisions. But I do love you so much. I love you all so much. Almost 1,500 people in here, right? Everyone wants me to trade so damn bad. Pullback on gold, EJ, AJ. Okay, let's take a look at gold. Gold is getting that pullback, isn't it? Do we want to do it? Do we want to do it? Let's ask Rapool what he thinks. He is my analyst. Hey, a little bit of resistance right there, folks. Gold entry would be, let's take a look at the lower time frame. That is right there, a good supply level. So I would be looking to sell after such a long pullback. Where in the supply would I want to sell? Probably closer. Something like this. Potential gold sell. I have actually never done I don't think I've ever had a gold trade on the stream yet. Hey, Sarah Khalifa. Love to see you here. One of my favorite girls. One of my favorite girls. Everybody smash that like button. For all the female traders that are in here with us today, if you're a man, you should be hitting the like button right now for all of our female traders. Rania, that's none of your business. Plus, I do cheat, baby, so slide in these DMs. Shout out to Maret 2024. Waiting for a pullback here. Been waiting for a pullback on GU. Man, if I just traded the top of the range today on GU, I could have had three wins. What am I looking at right now? Ooh, almost 1,500 people in here. Let's go. I'm not actually using a ton of daily buys right now. I know that sounds crazy, but just kind of trading my ranges and setting up for quick scalps. Not trying to overcomplicate too much. And it's great. Obviously, I have 9 wins in a row on the streams called on the trades I've done on stream. So that's working for me. I'm not trying to recreate the wheel, but you can see I have, you know, my resistance at the top. I have my support at the bottom. And I'm kind of just saying, all right, I assume price is going to stay within that range. And God, it's been staying within that range so much on stream. We've just been winning like crazy. UJ, let's take a look at UJ. Yeah, see, this is why I did not enter UJ. This is why I did not enter UJ. It's a good thing. I just have no idea what's going on with the price on UJ. I have no idea. I don't understand it. I guess if you draw out your ranges here. You could potentially stay within these ranges. I'm not confident in the UJ for some reason. Just don't know what it's gonna do. Oh, you got a weekly trend line there, Orande? Maybe I'll take it. You know, I'm sure I could trade this up a little bit. I'm sure I could see this coming up to here. And at that point, I could TP1 it. So there is a potential I'd be able to take that. But my last loss on stream was a Japanese yen trade, and I'm scared to take it. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. But now it's going up, and now I missed the trade, and I was so scared. Why was I so scared? US CAD for Calpesh. Shout out to Calpesh. My entry is very far away, Calpesh. Very far away. My entry's down here on US CAD. Yeah, the trend is bearish on UJ. That's probably one of the reasons why I'm so nervous. But it does look like we have the creation of a range. So the price could come back up and test this EMA a few times. But is that enough for me to take a trading position right now? Not really. Let me take a look at NU. Someone just hit a TP1 on this. They must have entered near the range high. Good for them. Good entry. Entering off of, you know, FVG here, or maybe you're entering off of this FVG getting filled right there. Congratulations to you on that win. Definitely need a Discord so everyone can show their wins. One of these days I'm going to set that up. We could talk in the cord. And I'll make a few of you guys honorary people doing stuff that I should pay for. Someone wanted me to take a look at GJ. GJ's getting a positive reaction here. Maybe that means we'll get a positive reaction on UJ as well. Look, we are. I would have taken a profit probably around the bottom of the range too. So if I entered here, I would have won. But I didn't because I'm scared of Japanese yen. Let's go ahead and take a look at GU for my brother Greenberg. Shout out to the J's in the chat. And for Jay, I mean John, obviously. Not seeing anything. Been waiting for a pullback on here for a while. Look, there was a significant pullback. Could have entered top of the range. Probably would have been, well, we know it would have been a good entry at this point. Maybe I should have took this trade after all. I don't know. I don't know, man. What's happening to me today? Yeah, Prinz, you're definitely going to be a moderator. 100%. You're here all the time. I sell sometimes. It just depends. The best trade I ever gave on here was a sell, actually. It was like 1-to-4 risk reward ratio. The best trade I ever called out on stream. No joggers. Shorts today, baby. Look at them legs. Look at them legs. Hey now with them legs. Yeah, he's sexy with them legs. I'm bringing sexy back. I brought the shorts. I don't even remember. Daddy Petty shorts. Dreams knows. Let's take a look at Nasdaq for my wonderful fans. My entry was long lost. I guess you had this level right here. Broke through. Retest, go. But look, we've had so much price exhaustion. Why the hell am I buying right now? I just don't have trades today. Everyone's waiting. We've got so many people in here. Everyone's waiting to see if I'm going to win. Can I keep the streak alive? Gold was close. Gold came close, but you can see gold reacted off of this level here. Still can come. I don't do any mentorships, but I do education and such in my VIP room, which is going really, really well. No, not skipping leg day. I've been going to the gym steady. It takes me a while to put any muscle on. I am using my fair value gap within this. I just explained fair value gap within this, Suresh. Shout out to you for watching my videos, though. Love you. Yeah, I'll do some videos on gold, definitely. We've had a lot of success on gold, so I'm going to be doing more videos on everything. I got to work. I got to film like 50 videos, and I'm going to shoot them. I'm going to edit them. We're going to have so many damn videos. You're going to go crazy. Not financial advice. Shout out Dreams. Everybody knows that you're just watching me trade. We're just having fun and educating. Okay, GU's coming back. Now the question is, do I enter at the top of the range now because I keep missing this trade? Or do I hold strong on the entry that I've been waiting for all day? I don't like to change entries, so I think I'm gonna wait. I think I'm gonna keep waiting. Oh, my back is killing me. Oh, we're back at killing me. Oh, shout out to Hamza in the chat. Much love to Hamza in the chat. Yeah, better to wait. Oh, am I on 3M right now? I didn't even notice. Let's go back to the 5 minute. This looks better on the 3 minute time frame though, doesn't it? Bit choppier on the 5 minute time frame. How's it look on that 15? Choppy as hell. Choppy. Potential for my trend line entry on gold as well. Trend line supply, so I have options still today. Supply zone. Price come up to my supply zone. I'm getting hungry already, man. Yeah, I don't really, Vito, I don't really day trade Bitcoin much. That is a tough one, Mikkel. I like both of those fighters. Oliveira versus Tapuria. That's a good matchup. Who's favorite in that one? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that you're calling me a good mentor. You know, I work really hard on my teaching skills. Yeah, I watch F1. Drive to Survive got me into F1, of course. What orders do I have set up? Right now I have a sell limit on gold, and I have a buy limit on GBP USD. I've been waiting for a price to come down on GBP USD for a while. It keeps respecting this area right here. So it's like, it does seem like that would be a pretty smart scalp, but I'm gonna wait for it to come to this demand here. Let me just write that on there. But no trades yet today. About an hour and a half into the session. I was in a Nasdaq trade, my warm-up trade for the day, and nothing came of that one. No, you know, I've shifted around, Nova. I haven't always been a scalper. I've done a lot of day trades, a lot of swing trades. In my trading room, I do swing trades, I do day trades, and I do scalps. But I've been doing a lot more scalping lately, I guess, you know, with the family, with the baby. I want to spend more time with my family, so I find when I'm scalping, I can do kind of what I'm doing on stream. I could just pop in here for a couple hours, throw 30 lots at something, and clean up, baby. I also have a good broker now, and they have good spreads, so that's helped me scalp more. Yeah, of course, we've all heard of Mamba FX. Snake Gang. He's got great videos. I'm waiting for YouTube to take some of his videos down, to be honest. Like, what the hell? His videos were a lot worse than mine. You can email anytime. Shout out to Arctic Dan. Much love to you. Much love to John J. He wants me to take a look at GJ. John J wants me to take a look at GJ. John J, GJ. John J, GJ. John J, GJ. John J, GJ? Oh, who's that? Mama. Mama's at the gym right now. Do you want to go on? Do you want to go on camera? There you are. There you are. You're trying to press buttons? You can press this button right there. Press that button. Press it harder. Press this one. Push it harder. Oh, it doesn't work on that one. Let's change screens. There you go. You press it now. There you go. See, put the money on the screen. Yeah, Mini Pat is in the building. Yeah. Mama's at the gym right now. You're hanging out with Grandma. Maybe you take her in the backyard? Do you want to go outside in the backyard with Grandma and have a sucky? Yeah, go go get a freezy from Grandma. Oh, Grandma's got banana bread. Just a second, okay, just for a second. Daddy's back is killing. I could barely lift yet. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, we got some family content now for you. Are we getting into any trades? Still waiting for the pullback here on gold for a sell trade this morning. And I'm waiting for a buy trade on GU. I just can't get the pullback here. You want to take the money off the chart? Okay, let's take the money off the chart. There you go. So what are we doing? We're waiting on gold. Don't mute me. You gotta keep my mic unmuted. She likes playing with the stream. All right. Look at this, a little banana bread for the baby. Look at this. You having some banana bread? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, off you go. You want to go outside with Grandma? Go play in the water? Don't you go with Grandma? Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Hand. Yes, I was hoping that Naomi would place a trade for us. It's a sweet, sweet baby, the sweetest baby of all time. Take a look at Bitcoin for you. Sure, I could take a look at Bitcoin for you. Bitcoin. Quite the pullback there, eh? Do have a level of, let's take a look at the lower time frame here. Let's try 4 minutes. Yeah, you get a sharp entry on this one here. That is the demand on Bitcoin. So there's going to be traders at that demand level. Potential for a trading opportunity there on Bitcoin if you can get significant pullback. That is all right. How's everybody doing in the chat today? John J, I'm sorry, what were you saying? GJ for John J? I'm sorry, John. My baby came in the screen. I love you. I love you, John J. I don't like it here. Like, we're respecting this damn trend line. Really, you know, okay, really what I would be looking for here, we closed out the top and we pull back and we buy, right? But such a downtrend here. If I was going to trade anything, I think I would just be trading this trend line, I guess. I guess I would just be like, which is not enough confluences for me. But, you know, maybe this trend line does something like this. And then, you know, kind of an entry off the trend line, you know, near that level of support. Also, you have a level of supply still here that hasn't completely been touched. So the trade would have defenses. It would be a decent trade opportunity. EU for Rania. Shout out to Rania. Wants me to take a look at EU. EU, I've been waiting for a pullback all damn day and I haven't got it to my entry. I've got the direction right. You could see we've come here and we keep shooting up. I can't get my pullback. Same on GU. I haven't been able to get my pullback. I wanted to come a little bit further and we just kind of keep hitting the top of the range and boom. And when I create a robot with this strategy, we can set it to top of the range, middle of the range, bottom of the range for our pullback entry. It's going to be an interesting time. Probably going to throw martingale on that thing. It's going to be wild. I'm going to start today. I want to start working on my next video. I've got to do some meal prep as well. And yeah, anyone in here in VIP this morning? We had a nice trade in VIP this morning, a sniper entry. Look at this thing. We tapped and we exploded for our TP1 on gold this morning. That was really, really nice. If you're interested in VIP, obviously, links to VIP in the description where I educate. You can see this is what the gold room looks like right here. Very, very nice. And If you weren't here earlier in the stream, I wanted to show you something that I was showing people earlier in the stream. If we go to my Instagram right here and we go to my messages, I had an awesome message from, I think it was Aiden here. So he's a member of the VIP room, and he just passed his FTMO thanks to that VIP gold room. So shout out to Aiden. I appreciate it. If you're in the chat, hey, say hi. Love to see you. Then also make sure that you're giving me a follow on Instagram. I appreciate it. We're at 58.9, trying to get to 59,000. If I refresh it, we're still at 58.9, so we're close. Please give me a follow right there. Please give me a follow on Twitter. I'm not going anywhere, folks. I'm going to keep trading with you for the next 30-40 minutes at least as I try to find a trade. Please give me a follow on Twitter. I'm going to be doing some awesome Twitter. So UJ was crappy or UJ was good? Let's go ahead and take a look back at UJ. Please give me some follows if you can. I appreciate that. It helps me get reach. Do we want to spin the wheel? Yeah, we should probably spin the wheel for Paul. That is a good idea. Everybody put W's in the chat for Paul. I'm going to spin the wheel just for fun here. And I don't think I'll be here tomorrow. I usually just do Monday to Wednesday, but if I don't get a trade today, maybe I will come back tomorrow. I don't know, but I do have a lot of work to do outside of this. Let's spin the wheel, see if we have any VIP winners. Let's go. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Who's going to win? See, that's what happens. I didn't win a trade, and thus there are no winners. That's what you get. That is what you get. I love you guys so much, but it is what it is. No winners today. No trades so far today. I did win this trade this morning, though. 3:30 in the morning. So at least I won a trade, and the people in the gold room maybe won that trade too if they decided to take it. GU no pullback, EU no pullback, UJ. See, UJ, I told you I didn't feel good about this. That being said, I would have been out on a victory. I would have TP1'd probably even here. Maybe on this fair value gap there I would have TP'd. So I would have TP'd and broke even on this one, so we would have kept the streak alive on that trade. So it would have been okay, but look at this. Just taking liquidity below this level. Just been in a downtrend for a while. Not interested. Oy. Oh, gosh. Is Bitcoin approaching my demand zone? Oh, Steven, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's been a really stressful time. Honestly, the reason my back hurts so bad right now is because I've been so damn stressed out by it. You know, 4 years of creating YouTube videos, and there are like almost all of them are gone. That does blow. Let's not make it look like we're in this trade. I'm not in this trade. AJ. Maybe EJ. Where is my EJ chart? Let's pull this one up. Not a great set. Again, we're selling here on EJ. So we had the break here, you know, so it's like you had the break on the bottom, right? And we would be looking to sell, but we're at that support level. And we got to pull back up to the EMA. That could have been an entry right there. It's just hate the entries today. Yeah, I appreciate that, IDK. But, you know, it's more than money for me at this point. You know, I had the money before I even got on YouTube. It was a new channel. It's all right. It's all right. Someone was telling me I got an entry on Bitcoin. Coming down to my level of demand on Bitcoin. I have never traded Bitcoin on this channel. I have never done it. I don't even know how to do it. Vapool, how do we trade Bitcoin? Ask my analyst. What spread and stuff do we have to use on Bitcoin? I never trade Bitcoin. I think I would consider this, but I would definitely widen my stop though if I was going to do it. I don't care. I'll go 1-to-1 if I'm going to do this. I just think Bitcoin is so erratic You know, I have a lot of success. I look at the size of the candles. Do you look at the size of the candles? I like to look at the size of the candles and go, all right, there's not huge candles, you know. Bitcoin's always these just out of nowhere, huge candles. Gold, yeah, I can take a look at gold for you. Gold, I've been waiting for a pullback to my supply here. Haven't been able to get it. I don't have orb settings for the London session, Jim, but I am a big fan of yours. Jim has slid in my DM a few times with some sweet things, so shout out to Jim. Shout out to Michael John Della Cuesta, wants me to look at US 30. So spread's not too bad on Bitcoin. We could definitely take a Bitcoin trade. I have no trade here on US 30. This thing's crazy. Yeah, I won't be back here tomorrow. I don't backtest as much as I used to because I have a family now, but I definitely did a number on my back just throughout my life by spending way too much time on the computer. Way too much time on the computer. Yeah, thanks everybody for clicking that like button. I'm going to take a look and see what I've got for lunch. I think I'm going to hang out with you guys for a while, though. The clap button, I swear it does bring luck, too. Where we hit that clap button right there, that does bring some luck. I'm just going to see what I've got for lunch. I'll be right back. Oh man, I forgot to put my lunch in the fridge, so maybe I'm gonna fry up a bunch of pepperoni. Hegdy, I don't know, man. Just be careful on Instagram. There's only one account on Instagram, okay? Let's go take a look at that just quickly so you know, so you're not getting scammed. So many people get scammed. 58.9 thousand followers. Let's give it a refresh. Did we hit 59,000? No, we're close. We must be within a few followers of 59,000. Hegdy, yeah. So this is the only one. It has a tick mark. FX trade with Pat. 100 posts. 58.9. This is it. This is the only one. Not financial advice, education, and entertainment only. Just like the live streams. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on. Man, I'm tired as hell today, but I love you guys so much. And I'm looking for trades. So Bitcoin was a trade I was thinking about taking. Look at this. Coming down to my demand. Do I want to catch that red candle? I don't. What about lower time frames? Do we have any green in here at all? Do we have any green in here at all? Barely. Let's see if this thing comes down to my demand. I might take a Bitcoin trade today. My GU trade, that's not going to do it. I've never done a Bitcoin trade on stream. I don't want to lose my streak. So I'm not going to enter right on the limit here. I'm going to see if this thing blows through and if I could get something that tells me there's some green. Call this a mountain pattern. Mountain pattern, eh? You like that? No one's ever said that before, just me. Trademark copyright. Yeah, of course. I know who TJR is. Guy's funny as hell. I'm always watching his reels. He's a funny guy. But I think I'm the better trader, let's be real. Been trading for 10 years longer than him, so I sure hope I am. And I'll challenge him. Yeah, I like him too. He's funny as hell. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate that. Much love. Thanks, John J. Appreciate that. Getting a reaction off of this level. That's kind of a good sign that we do have some buyers in here. And maybe those buyers will be in here too, and we could get an entry. Yeah, I work out. Been working out about 4 or 5 times a week for months, but I pulled my freaking back. I felt like I had a tweak yesterday, and then I was stupid enough to go to the gym, you know. GJ from 013. GJ's got a long way to pull back for my trade. Thank you for letting me know it's possible. EG for RL Sims 83. Getting a break out of the top finally. Weird choppy though. Weird choppy. If I were to enter this at all, it would be here. Bottom of the range with the EMA. But it's not a great trade. Not a great trade, but that's a potential for EG. I will consider that. Let's go into Bitcoin. This is where I've been waiting for something on Bitcoin. So we will have seen a green candle there on the 4-minute and on the 3-minute. Not an engulfing candle until we come down to the 2-minute. And on the 5-minute, we'll be waiting for a bit more of a pullback here to that level of demand that I marked up. That level of demand coming obviously on that 4-minute time frame. You can see this red candle here before the huge push up. Fair value gaps to fill. Did fill some fair value gap right here. That filled a lot of the fair value gap. Hopefully we can still magnet down to that demand. Let's go back to the 5-minute time frame. That's where I'm doing most of my trading. Spread's not too bad on this either. I am starting to get quite hungry though, but I do want to trade. I trade before I eat. I don't think there is a best, but I've had so much success on 5 minutes, so that's kind of where I've been rolling lately. Obviously, you adjust based on what the market's giving you. What lot size am I going to use on Bitcoin? I don't know. I'll have my analyst determine what is about 1% to 2% on my account, and then I'll have him place the trade. Because I don't even place my own trades. I don't get these fingernails dirty. You know what I'm saying? I say, Vapul, place the trade, and then he places the trade. He rules. What do I think about ICT? I think ICT has brought some incredible concepts to trading, and I use some of those concepts. But I do believe that his methods are overly complicated, and it's like there's almost too many reasons, right? It's like you have concept 1, and that contradicts concept 2, which contradicts concept 3. So I found, and I have researched it and looked into it in detail. I just always felt like I never knew what I was doing. Whereas the strategies I trade right now, they just make sense. You know, it's like I have support areas, I have demand areas, I wait for price exhaustion, I wait for pullbacks, and then I stack a bunch of confluences together, and then I get into a trade. I use good money management to get out of that trade in profit quickly. I'm not trying to get 13% on a single trade. Lamination wants me to take a look at gold. Rudratej. Shout out to Rudratej. Borade. On gold, still waiting for a pullback here to my level of supply. This is a good looking setup right here. I don't want to move that, pull that over. This is a good looking setup. That's a good looking supply. We do have what we have right here, consolidation, which means, you know, we're not just catching some big green candle. So it's possible I get an entry here. Let's push that one over, just one. So that is a potential opportunity for selling gold. Why would I sell gold? Mostly just because of my levels, right? We have a level of resistance right here. You can see we have clear levels that have been mapped out. Resistance at the top, support at the bottom, and price is respecting this range. So as long as price continues to respect that range, I will be able to win that trade. And that tends to work out for me because price ranges more than it trends. Price ranges around 70 to 80% of the time. And which means I have higher probability of winning trades. And we also have a good supply, so you know we should be able to get a good reaction off of this level, shoot down. Even if we just go here, re-enter that consolidation, I can get a take profit 1 and then set this trade to break even as we try and push down further. But will we be able to break through this level of resistance coming off of this candle right here? I'm not sure. We're just gonna have to wait and see if we could get into this trade on gold. Oh, that's the breakdown. How did that sound? I know I don't like selling gold either. I hate selling gold. It's just a pretty good setup. You know, with my trend line and everything, it looks like my other setups. You know, it looks like a lot of my winning setups that I've had during this 9 trade win streak. So, oh God, my back is killing me. Settings on the orb indicator. Yeah, first thing you want to do is come down here, market watch. Okay, -4. First thing you want to do in trading view. That'll make sure you're on my time zone. Then just come over here. Let's take a look at the settings there for you. You want to have 15-minute time period there. That's the main thing. You want to have 9:30 to 9:45 UTC -4, and that's it. That's all you need. Everything else I have turned off. You know, you've got the session moving average. That stuff just doesn't really work well for me. All right, still waiting on pullback here on GU. I'm done waiting on GU. There's no way I'm gonna get GU, so I'm closing my GU limit. I give up, and I am just focused on gold right now. And I was also focused, I was looking at Bitcoin as well. I had a demand level that I was interested in. Looks like Bitcoin is reacting off of this level right here, which is the range high level. Would have been nice to catch this one. Whoa, shot up. That could have been an entry, right? I'm getting the direction right. If you watch me very often, I'm getting the direction right. Even if I don't get the entry, I do get that direction right, which tells me that my concepts and my strategy overall is working well. Oh, I love you so much, Rudratej Borade. Come and touch my body. GJ, I can take a look at GJ for you. Am I ever going to sell a course? I don't know. People have tried to get me to sell a course for so long. I've never done it. I like to give it away for free. I'm going to my YouTube videos are going to be so good soon. Trust me, it's going to be all you need. Yeah, so GJ, I was looking for a really weird trade. I don't even like it. I was waiting for a pullback to here, to wherever the EMA is. Because you could see, look, price respecting EMA, price respecting EMA. So if I get a pullback to price respecting EMA, that was going to be an opportunity. But that's really against the stream trading model. So it's not something like I would like to do on the stream. Oh, you were the best too, Bilal. Yeah, I don't know. Alex G, a lot of these guys, Alex G, Lambo, Raul, Mamba, a lot of the Miami crowd, you know, they're younger guys. They're having fun. They're doing great things, you know, like in terms of generating interest, they generate a lot of interest. They got huge audiences. I'm telling you, if YouTube has been wanting me to take my videos down, they should definitely want those guys to take their videos down, because their videos are absolutely insane. But hey, I'm not snitching on nobody. Do you keep winning? I'd love to get as many views as those guys. It's funny, when I first started the channel, I was looking at a lot of the top trading content creators, and then I watched and saw what they did and go, oh, well, I guess that's allowed on YouTube. Turns out it's not. For me, at least. It's allowed for them. I like Scarface. I think he's a good teacher, Ruggiero. Obviously, he's focused on stocks, so I'm focused on Forex and gold. He lives close to me. I think what I want to do when I get the mansion is I actually want to bring Scarface over to my house. I think he lives close to me, and I think maybe we'll do a collab or something. Would be kind of cool. GU's not in position. GU's definitely not in position. What the hell just fell? I don't know what GU's in position for. Not for me. I missed out. Bitcoin, I was waiting for a pullback. Gold, I've been waiting for a pullback to the supply for a long time. I don't know. I like the hat. I just like wearing hats. But I could put my hair for you. Yeah, I haven't had a trade today, Ace. Really frustrating. Been waiting all day to try and get into something. I've been on stream for 2 hours. I've done a podcast one time. I looked terrible on the podcast, though. I was so tired. Looked like I was dying on the podcast. And yet, sometimes no trade is good. What the hell is going on in my house right now? Holy shit. See, the baby gate fell down the stairs. I was like, what the heck's so loud? The damn baby gate fell off. That was spooky. Spooky baby Kate falling off. Shout out to you getting your win on EU there. Shout out to everyone who came into the stream today. 10,000 people. We've had a lot of concurrent videos. I do not know that. That better not happen in the mansion. Yeah, baby's down. Baby's outside. She's fine. She's naked and she's playing in her pool out there, having the time of her life. My little naked baby. Take a look at oil for you, sure. This week was our week, really. I won like crazy in VIP. I won like crazy on stream. I had such an incredible week. Now, trading isn't always this easy. Trading is not easy. This is not financial advice whatsoever. Yeah, I'm hoping to get in on this gold trade still here. And I was hoping to get in on this Bitcoin trade here just to get something for the stream. The trade that I've been waiting for most has been gold here. Wait a second. You can't bring her on screen here. You can't bring her on screen here. Okay. Let me, okay guys, make sure that you, if you're interested in any of my services, subscribe, hit the like button, do all that stuff. I think I'm gonna roll. I don't think I'm getting a trade today, guys. I think that's it for today. I'm gonna go spend some time with my lovely mother and my baby. I don't think I'll be on tomorrow. I'm gonna do a lot of work on these videos for you, and then I'll be on Monday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. We are still at 9 wins straight. Sorry, DZX, I gotta roll, brother.